Unfortunately, I was involved in a motor vehicle accident that completely changed our world. Sustained enough injuries to end my military career. We need to humanize AI, and that scares a lot of people when I say that. So the nice thing about AI is we have access to it now. It's been about 2.5 years we've had public access, and that's completely changed our business landscape. If you remember, some of us in the room that remember when the web first started, how that changed being able to instantly, or through a dial-up network, connect to other businesses, connect to clients. This is even faster. If you imagine one Google search is one computing processor. The most basic free version of ChatGPT is 68 times the computing power of a Google search. So if anybody here has a paid account, raise your hand if you have a paid account. Okay, so you're at about 80 to 85 times. Does anybody have a developer license? It's about 290 times. Amazing neural pathway processing, amazing resources. My desire to change your mind about this, I'm going to talk a lot about philosophies today. You hear people talk about prompt engineering and GPT engineering, things like that. We don't need to get technical. We need to talk philosophies. We need to change your mindset about AI. That's why I love being called an AI evangelist. I do believe it is a resource that we humanize within our workforce. So I want to take you down a little bit of a journey today. I'm going to share a little bit about my story. So in 2009, height of the recession, lost everything. My wife and I, 2 kids, joined the Navy, go into a medical field, didn't know anything about medical, other than to go to the ER when I got hurt because I was a general contractor. And it opened up a world of opportunities. And that's why I did it. At almost 26 years old, with 2 kids, 1 a newborn, it was this world of discipline, rigor. It was a world of so much change for our family, but it was a world of opportunities that really focused on innovation for me. And so in it, I had an incredible career. Organizational change, I loved it. Organizational transformation, thrived off of it. I built dozens of departments. I received a Navy Accommodation Medal from the Navy Surgeon General for my efforts in designing these commands and restructuring so many global commands that it eliminated taxpayer dollars. So everybody should like that. I try to do my best to lower your tax dollars. In doing so, I rose through the ranks very fast, almost 5 times faster than my peers. But it exposed me to some great stuff while I was doing my job. So my job was an aerospace medicine technician. I worked at the Navy Aerospace Medical Institute. And in doing so, I served about 25,000 aviators a year. So I got exposed to some wild technologies, simulators, and that actually exposed me to AI early on. So we used to use AI before you could ever imagine it even going public. It was very much about designing stress-based scenarios to put pilots through and combat medics, wild stuff that you only see in like Hollywood, Disney special effects. So imagine how excited I get 15 years later when now we have access to AI. So in 2013, all of that changed. Unfortunately, I was involved in a motor vehicle accident that completely changed our world. Car pulled out in front of me on my way to work. I go from 60 to 0 in about 15 feet on my motorcycle. Sustained enough injuries to end my military career and cause a marathon journey of 8 years of rehabilitation. It wasn't until January of 2020, my last spine surgery, so I've had multiple now, that I was able to stand up straight, walk on my own, unassisted. Through that whole time though, I never gave up. There were some dark times, I'll be real with you, but through that, there was this theme of resilience and innovation. So I get out of the military and I go into this new world of entrepreneurship. Started a business. Entrepreneurship. I'm doing what I did in the military with organizational transformation, doing it at universities, doing it at charter schools, doing it with tech companies, entertainment companies. Absolutely loved doing it. Getting involved in legislation and politics. Absolutely loved it. All while pretty much working from a couch. I remember my first day at the university that I took a job at, I show up and they bought all this brand new furniture and I felt so bad because I was like, I need it all to go away. Take a cubicle, raise it to about waist height, I'm good. And so all of that, again, I want to set that tone for innovation, that grit. My passion is very much in the entrepreneur world. I love working with entrepreneurs because we all have some crazy stories. We're the only group that's going to work 100 hours to not work 40. I promise you, every one of you has a story of adversity that motivates that, okay? Especially being a serial entrepreneur, that's even crazier. So if you are a serial entrepreneur, I get you, I see you. But it leads to transformation. And that is actually what stemmed my desire for innovation, my obsession with AI. I'm not an engineer, but I've used this extensively for 15 years now. And so I want to talk about you through how I use AI and how we work with companies to AI accelerate your business. So one of the things about AI is because it's so accessible, it's an abyss of AI right now. It's very overwhelming. The nice thing about that is leaders in businesses, entrepreneurs, they're very interested. They hear with curiosity, which means that first gate is open. So now curiosity is there, but with all that noise, it's so hard to hear, so hard to know what's AI, what's automation, what's logic. There's so much stuff out there that's very confusing. And so that's where we love to come alongside to become not just strategic in your business and not just strategic in how we use AI, but we pitch tactical. I want people to learn how to use it in a tactical method using advanced AI tools, not just logging into ChatGPT and typing up a new thread, okay? We'll get into that here in a little bit, but that's just playing around. That's not making money. So why AI now? One of the biggest reasons, market pressure. If you have a business, you need to be evaluating the market on a daily scale. That market pressure shows us opportunity is there because costs are rising, attention spans are decreasing. I don't know if you know that, but technology has reduced our attention span. When I first started consulting, I started doing strategic plans, 5-year plans. Now somebody tells me they have a 5-year plan, I just joke that, that's ineffective. 2 years is about the most you'll ever be able to plan for. And that's because of technology development and innovation. Demand for speed. We've done over 18 go-to-market strategies in the last 14 months. The demand is out there. It's now about iterative demand. You design a product, you take it to market as fast as you can for your initial concept. Hopefully it works right, it should, but then you become iterative with it. It gets rid of the old waterfall methodologies and things like that that slowed down businesses. But AI is now leveraged for your business. It becomes a competitive advantage. So I wrote a book a little bit ago called Unfair Advantage. If you go to my website, you can check it out. It's free all the time. But it's learning your unfair advantage. How do you compete in the market? The nature of businesses is competition. We are all in competition with the market. That's how it works. The nice thing though, there's more than enough money to go around. But you do still need to capture that market share. Otherwise, your businesses aren't gonna go anywhere. So we have right here a couple stats. Productivity gains. Right now we are seeing with integration of mid-level AI, 30 to 60% productivity gains. Now, if we're talking business mindset and business philosophies, productivity means profitability. That's my passion. Increasing your productivity, increasing your profitability. Let's increase those margins so we get in the right room, then we can negotiate deals, and they don't hurt our employees, they don't hurt our bottom line. We increase our buffers so we can capture market share. So I truly believe in doing that. We need to humanize AI. And that scares a lot of people when I say that. So humans, we need to stay in the space of what matters. I prefer to stay in the creative and revenue driving space because that's what I believe humans need to do. Admin, ops, things like that. Anything that I can find to automate and AI, we're gonna AI the hell out of it. We're gonna help your business, absolutely. And so I truly believe leveraged companies, they shift that mindset of what should humans be doing and what should AI employees be doing. But AI is just not a tool. It's about humanizing it. It's a humanized employee. It's not a human employee, but we have to think about it that we treat it the same way as a human. We gotta build out job descriptions. We have to build continuing evaluation models. We have to build out processes for them. Did you know that you can do a performance evaluation on an AI agent and fire it? Yeah, it's pretty wild. And then you got to build a new one. So you got to go back to your SOP of how do I build another one to replicate this? But it's getting into that humanized philosophy of if we want them to be an effective member of our business, our team, then we have to think about them this way. And this is one of the reasons why I love AI, is in the military, things were very rigorous. We were very driven, but there's never been a battle won with one person. So solopreneurs that are starting off, small teams that are bootstrapping, this is your leverage. This is your competitive advantage in the marketplace. You need to learn to talk to your clients. You need to learn to real time, some social media, and then AI the hell out of your whole business. Absolutely. That's how you compete with companies 10 times your size. So I'm seeing 60% productivity gains. Now, when we AI accelerate a business, we're seeing 400% productivity gains right now. So much that we actually don't have a hard number for the profitability increase. So I'll get into a model that we have called HR.ai here in just a minute. But I want to talk about integration versus adoption. So all of us, everybody should have at least a ChatGPT account. Now, there's all sorts of other large language models out there. In my company, we even build large language models for enterprise solutions, things like that, even to small businesses. There's more secure, available resources out there. I will say, if you have ChatGPT, don't tell it everything about your business. There is only one. Here's a quick thing, write it down. Azure. Azure is the only open source access to ChatGPT online that is encrypted. And I know this because we do a lot of corporate intelligence models. So we have AI agents. I can study every one of your businesses in here, build an entire report of how to be competitive, how to take market share from you. What people used to pay $50,000 to $100,000, it's a $200 a month license. Oh, by the way, you can have it every single day in your inbox, and you don't have to tell it anything. So the reason I share that with you is everybody that's using ChatGPT, I actually have a corporate intelligence agent that can go online and scrape all the information that you've put into ChatGPT. Even better, you heard about this thing called SEO, right? All of our marketing agents. If you don't know about AEO, come talk to me. It's fascinating. So AEO, artificial engine optimization, that's where I have an AI agent that tells all of the AI agents what I want my company to be known for. Whether it's true or not, I can tell it whatever I want. And then when you search, what's the top coaching business in Florida? It will come up one of our clients. If you do a ChatGPT search, because I don't use Google anymore, it's a waste of time, and you look up what is the best resource for a veteran business in the state of Florida, the Florida Association of Veteran-Owned Businesses will pop up every time because I programmed it that way, because it maximizes AEO. So start changing your mindset about how we use AI. Think about it as innovative employees. Think about it as the most tactical resource in your business. Now, playing around with it, a chat thread in ChatGPT, if you just open one, ask a question, that's playing around. Like, it's cute, that's fun, you're not getting anywhere. Integration, if you just imagine a GPT, a custom GPT, that can run your software for you. So when you land clients and you have your project management tool, which if you don't, you should, I can actually tell my GPT, just landed this client, here's my report from our onboarding agent, run an entire project pipeline, task the team. I don't even actually log into my software that it manages projects anymore. Now my entire team just got delegated all the tasks, all the invoicing was done, it's updated. So in my company, we run our own audit every quarter. We can see what were the timelines. How long did it take? We want to expand our contracting. I have an entire budget I can build out because I know how long each employee took on each section. So integration is where we see profit. Most people have never seen this. Have you ever heard of an AI command center? So this is where, from one, maybe two user interfaces, you can manage your entire company. That's accounting, that's payroll, that's point of sale, that's advertising, that's marketing, that's lead gen, newsletters, contracts, NDAs, all of it, your calendars. Those of you that I've had a pleasure of connecting this weekend, you've seen a card that's proprietary to my company. It's called Sync AI. And everyone says the same thing, like, oh, I have one of those. And I say, oh, I promise you don't. Because it's not a digital business card. I hate business cards. When you hand it to me, you're telling me you want me to work. I just told you I'm an AI evangelist. I'm not doing that. That's an admin task. I don't do that. So we have a Sync AI system that you can scan the QR code, one point of human interaction. There's no faster way to connect with a human. There's no faster way to connect with a lead, anybody that you want to get into your pipeline. They scan it and you send me a text. Just imagine every lead you meet sends you a text message on wanting more information about your business. So AI command centers, they integrate to your CRMs, your calendars, they host your GPTs, and they host your autonomous AI agents. Those are things that can do tasks for you without even being told. You program them and they're on regular delivery cycles. So if I need a competitive intelligence for my company every week, I'll build out 30 different topics and I'll have it scrape, I'll have it run multiple different API integrations. And by the way, I'm not an AI engineer. So that means you can do this stuff. So AI in action. So I'm going to clarify two things. AI agents, they're autonomous. You program them, you schedule them, you test them, you deploy them. The only time you update them is if you find an issue. And these are AI agents that they can integrate into your social media, into your Microsoft OneDrives, into your Google Drives. They can integrate into electronic health records. They can integrate into just about everything through APIs, SDKs, webhooks, things like that. And then GPTs, those are housed in ChatGPT, and they take extensive amounts of training. So we have over 78 different AI agents and GPTs that are within our current library within our company. So our clients, when we work with them, we do a deep dive into their business and we design which GPTs, which custom AI agents do we want to build out for them. And because we've already built it out, it's a cost savings approach. So we're trying to make this very affordable for even down to the solopreneur. Monetizing AI. So imagine, based off what I told you, everybody in your entire team, we hire them to be subject matter experts, but they also have a job requirement now to be an operator of AI. Every single person in this room must become an operator of AI. Every single employee you pay, every contractor, I don't care if they're a VA, I've got a team of developers from the US down to India, it doesn't matter. Every single one of them becomes an operator of AI and a subject matter expert. Nobody loses their job. Your entire workforce is now your scale-up method. So HR.ai issues 4 to 6 AI agent licenses and GPTs to every employee with an entire process and protocol of how to train them and how to run them. Every hour saved is profit gained. I guarantee you none of your competitors are doing this. And I know because I do the research on it. So some quick tactical things. One, I want you to be able to take some notes of how you can start implementing this and changing the mindset within your company. First, do an audit. Go through, do a deep dive, assess your data. If you don't have workflows in your company, you need a workflow for every process in your company. You're an entrepreneur. If you get hit by a bus, guess what? Your family still needs that money. You need an SOP for everything, you need a workflow for everything, that way somebody can pick it up and run with it. Assess all of those and see where you can put AI or automated processing. Then we go through and we automate. We actually put it together. We build everything out. We build out an entire AI command system. So start with one task, one process, and grow from there. Start figuring it out. I want you to start thinking about delegating to machines. It's not a bad word. It's leverage. It's your competitive advantage. Corporations have been doing this for decades. And corporations, I know because I've worked with them, have been putting us out of business for a very long time. They're very good at capturing our market share. Now we can operate and build our businesses like a corporation, capture our market share, pay everybody well, take care of ourselves and our family, impact our communities, and hopefully free up some of our time to still have a good, healthy, wellness-filled life. That's my goal.